Now let's review what we've learned. The context. Cowboy Printers was receiving some customer complaints about turnaround time, with some customers complaining that they did not receive their printers back for 3 or more weeks. They first thought it might be a problem at the repair center. They thought that National might be taking too long to repair the product. But National said that they were meeting their commitments, so the management team started a project to analyze the data to get the facts. We started with a data table listing repaired products with dates. First, we cleaned the data and added some additional information, calculating the repair turnaround time in workdays and the total turnaround time in calendar days. And we added the distance from the repair center to the customer location as an additional field, using the VLOOKUP function. We then calculated averages, the average turnaround times, and then broke down the averages into groups to explore the data by using pivot tables and charts. The average turnaround time by printer type, by customer, and by customer location. We saw that there wasn't a difference by printer type, but there were differences by customers and their locations. We then made 2 histograms, one for the repair turnaround time and one for the total turnaround time. The histogram for the repair turnaround time showed that National was meeting their commitments almost all of the time. The data spread ranged from 0 to 6 days, with only a few data records outside their commitment of 5 days. The histogram of the total turnaround time told a different story. The total time varied from a minimum of about 2 days to a maximum of 32 days. Finally, we plotted a simple trend line of the turnaround time against the distance. It confirmed what we learned in the pivot table. There is a definite trend between a distance from the repair center and the total turnaround time. We quantified that relationship with a regression trend line that can be used to make predictions. So stepping back, what did we do? We took a list of numbers of raw data, and using Excel functions, we turned it into valuable information so that the management team can make informed decisions based on facts. From a business perspective, what do we do with this information? There are several options. We can talk to the freight company to better understand their processes and see if they have options for upgraded, faster freight. We could find a different freight company, at least for those customers in Florida and North Carolina who are far from the repair center. For example, we can look at the graph of the trend line and say that any customer more than 100 miles from the service center should use a 2-day service for shipping their items. But since Cowboy Printing is paying for the freight, this may cost more. Or perhaps they could tell their customers that the standard repair includes ground shipping only, which means that their printer might be unavailable for up to 4 weeks, but they could pay an extra $20 for 2-day shipping each way. Most customers would like that option. Some might choose it, some might not, but they'd appreciate the option. So those are the options from the business perspective. And again, like I said earlier, the key here is that now we can make decisions based on the facts. We have the information. Excel provided it for us. Excel gave us the tools to turn the raw data into information so that we could make informed decisions. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed the course.